but we continue to see, you know, the move being made by. To that position, but stress will go down. And here they're going in for that lobby right there. And now they've reduced the deficit onto a 2v2 coming up against the two of them right here. But you can now see Zero just lurking around those corners right there, looking to pop some grenades into that position and get an extra knock onto Kinder. But it's not happening. It won't be happening as he does have to refill his own HP as well. But Spiky... Oh, wow. Oof. You see that this mic was on. Okay, that's fixed now. All right, so the boys from LCD have lost themselves 2 players. On the other end, it is the boys from Zero as well, losing 2. So it's pretty much a 2v2 situation coming up between the two of them right here. So let's see how it continues to play out. But now it will now be just Walker who's left in this position. Is he going to be retreating away from the dodge right there as Rolex does go down? Spike and Kinder will be looking to pull up onto that region. But can Walker get himself that revive just in time? You can see him just rotating around. If he does get a knock onto one of the players right there from LTD, he might just be able to pull up onto that location. And you can see him, you know, just edging, but ooh, that nade will definitely be taken away out to the boys from LTDs who do win that fight. Spiky and Kinder being the last 2 alive in that position, as they do get themselves 4 bits of elimination, but having 2 casualties along the way. Alright guys, I do apologize for that early technical difficulty. But in the meantime, we'll just take a look at the zone and see where several different teams are already beginning to rotate to. You can see them just hopping onto the vehicle. It is boys from NSP, the boys from Free, as well as TR just hopping into the vehicle, looking to see if they can begin to rotate towards a favorable position within that zone. And you can already see them, you know, just edging around each other right there. But the boys from Free Esports will be hopping into the vehicle and looking to make their rotations right now. Continue to keep an eye on that and see the way it builds up. I want to go get the team list because there's a lot of teams right here that I haven't seen in a while. Apparently. I mean, ATROX is back. I haven't seen ATROX in a minute. But it's good to see them back. Good to see them back. Alright, so LTD is Team Unlimited. You can see that everyone's now beginning to find themselves into that spot within the zone. All right, so the boys from Free Esports just urging quite close onto the boys from ATROX, and it looks like they might begin to get into what might be a little skirmish coming up between the two of them, but they're not making the attack so far, as the zone's pretty much just urging towards that northern region. It looks like we might see something go down between the 2 guys right here, and it's Bugsy, who is pretty much just on the chase right next to the boys from Free Esports. and we might see something going down between the two of them. But regardless of that, let's take a look at where the zone's currently shifting a lot of this player so far. As we can see, they're moving all the way towards that northern region. So Vernie is currently unoccupied as well as shooting range. So all those regions are up for grabs right there towards that northern region. But there's still so many teams coming all the way from that eastern side who are still making the rotations on. You got the boys from SG. You got the boys from OG as well who are coming in from those flanks, as well as TR. And all those guys will be looking to see if they can find themselves a good spot. TR is Team Ruthless. If you don't really know, what that is. But now we're moving all the way into that stage 2 as the zone is making, that shift. So we're moving into stage 3 in just a moment, and several different clans will be looking to see if they can find themselves in a good spot. But things are pretty much just edging, quite closer and closer towards each other. As we do see the boys some icons as well, just getting close to several different ops around them, and they might begin a skirmish too as well. But it does look like everyone's pretty much just trying as much as possible to stay alive, and that is the goal for a lot of these teams. They want to keep themselves alive in the game so far as much as they can and get into the zone. You can see that a lot of damage has been done onto Sprinkles right there, but Sprinkles is just focused on getting themselves into a favorable position. But sometimes that may also mean that you do find yourself in situations where you then get into altercations with people, and you can see that does mean the judging will be going down. It's now left with just 2 of those players, and NSP is coming into this position to try and look if they can take them out of the game right there. And now they find themselves in a very, very, very serious situation with Nell and his boys looking to wipe them out right here, but it does look like it is just one of the players who's going to get taken out. The Judgy is left to bleed by the rest of the team, but Sprinkles is taking on shots from a distance as she will be watching her teammate getting lobbied right there. Sprinkles and Sand, the 2 ones left in Icon, as they will find themselves in this position. Now, I'm saying she because I'm assuming this is the former Sprinkles AG, which I think was a lady. That's what I'm saying, she. But if it's a guy that is bearing the name Sprinkles, then, well, if you're a guy calling yourself Sprinkles, then, LGBTQ. Alright, so we're now beginning to see things shift all the way towards that zone 3, and several different teams are beginning to get choked up in the zone right there. As we do see the boys from OG rotated all the way from that eastern region right there towards that central position where ATROX is currently situated. Now ATROX might be getting themselves into several different, skirmishes right here, as we do see the boys from TAR just rotating, just underneath this hill right here. We might see them just try to crash onto this position, but it doesn't look like that's what they'll be doing, as they are just currently just on a scouting mission. They're just looking around to see if they do get shot up in, a position of their own to find us. You do see King Tata just pretty much just adjusting vehicles right there, hoping that they do not get blown up. Iceberg and the rest Jaros are just rotating around to just find a good spot and a good position for themselves. But it's getting pretty tricky, because the next zone is definitely going to determine a lot of things, as this teams will be looking to see if they can find themselves in the next possible spot within that zone. And since all of those are currently occupied, this is where things now will be getting really dangerous for a lot of these teams. But now take a look at the zone, and where it's currently shifting is moving all the way towards that position right there at Ruins, and these teams now need to begin to make the rotations. ATROX find themselves within that edge of the zone, but there's not a lot of buildings to work with. If teams do move towards those regions around Rosehawk, then they might find a spot for themselves, but a lot of them will have to now begin to battle for those spots, which are very few within the zone. So we're going to see the boys on O3 rotating across those breaches, and we might be seeing a lot of those skirmishes beginning to happen. And now is where things are now beginning to get exciting and interesting, because these teams will have to battle it out for those few spots within that zone. And let's see how it's going to play out. Okay, I do not have the stream up. I usually would have, the stream up, usually, but I don't have it right now, which is not quite a good thing. I should have the stream up so that in case there's any issue, someone can tell me just in case there's any issue. Okay, but it doesn't look like there's any issue. So let's continue this. Let's get going. All right, we're already beginning to see several different skirmishes beginning to happen as shots are beginning to fly at several different corners. We now seeing the boys, you know, the numbers being reduced down to 48, but we still got about 15 teams right here left within the lobby, and we'll continue to see how that one does play out for several of these guys. But guys, remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Send out invites to as much people as possible. Let's see how it continues to play out. To just make that sacrifice to fix that quite quickly. To make sure that I turn on the delay, because I had the live stream that I was doing before, but for some reason I, you know, put off the delay on that. But I'm getting that back up right now. All right. So we got the boys Nova right there. They got CR just rotating around them and taking on the shots, and it doesn't look like they will be getting a knock onto any of those players, but it is quite difficult for several different teams around. We do see, you know, teams just getting taken out, and it is guard for the boys of COB who does get knocked down right there, and it looks like they will be getting that revive onto guard. We'll see how that one does go out for them, and several different teams are currently around this region. All right, here Nova does get taken out as Nova will get put down to the ground. It's just Roshi who's currently left for the boys on SG. And the boys from TR will continue on their onslaught as they do get themselves a couple of eliminations. We do see on the kill feed that the boys from OG are also getting taken out, but Funcho and his boys are continuing on with their onslaught right there as they do have themselves one elimination and are looking for a way to begin to find the rotation into that zone. They've got the boys from Free Esports who are right there in front of them, while also making the rotations into quite a good spot within the zone. And Roshi is currently leading the line right there as Roshi's approaching several different teams in front, and it is the boys from ATROX who are just right next to Roshi, and it's quite dangerous because Roshi's the last member of the team SG. And with this one right now, it does look like it might just be the end for Roshi, as the Fake is pretty much just getting tagged up and getting blown up, and that would definitely spell the end. That kill and elimination will go to the boys from Dream Team in that position. Yeah, it is. TR as well now beginning to feel the hurt as Falcon goes down. The boys from TOS are right there in front of them, and TOS are also coming into the mix as well, getting into the action. There's the boys from Tryout Squad who got the boys from TR just in front of them. They're sending the shots, and in this player one, they've got one of the players M4 who does get sent back into the lobby, and will get thirsted right there. But now they're down to 3 players. The nade letting loose, but not able to make that connection. And player one's currently in this situation, trying to see if he can get on the fight, but player two will be the one who will be holding down for them right there. But player 2 also goes down as well, and the boys from Tryout Squad are in a very precarious situation. It's just left with player 3 as the boys from TR put up into this location and actually just stomped on them, took down a couple of the players, and right now things are not looking quite favorable for the boys from Tryout Squad. And there's so much action going down in every single region, so much fights. Alright, so we turn on sights onto the boys from 03. We're sending on shots onto several different teams around them. Try out player 3. We get taken out from a distance right there. But some 03 are trying as much as possible to see how they can keep themselves alive in this game. But there's also now COB who are edging quite close to the boys from 03. The boys from COB are left with just 2 players. It is Zaza and God who's within this region. They're taking on shots onto No Name, now beginning to let those shots loose. It is curious to see why he did not get knocked down quite sooner. But now they turn the sights onto Nexus, and Zaza will drop Nexus down. All 3 down to this lab beast. And then the boy Zaza, it was looking like he could take that one out, but at the end of the day, it will be God who does come in with those eliminations and takes him down. But oh, look at the shots coming in from the distance right there, looking to see if they can get that confirmation onto Zaza with the boys from COB now left with the last guy. COB have a couple of eliminations to the name as they are currently sitting down with 5 of those eliminations. And now we turn our sights on the boys from TR. We've got a couple of players right there in front of them. They're pretty much outside the zone, but they got the boys from NSP to contend with. They also got who's within those regions not too far away from them. They're looking to see if they can continue on with the onslaught right there. None of these boys will be looking to, you know, get themselves in a favorable position. They got 5 eliminations for themselves. They got a full squad, and now it looks like they're all hopping into the vehicles, looking to move into a good spot within that zone. Oh, but now coming in with the charge, they do lose recharge, but the boys right there from NSP do have themselves those favorable eliminations to contend with. Now they've got to find a way to hop all the way into that zone, but there's still Cougar who's in front of them who might be costing them a lot of damage. They're looking to see if they can get that extra bit of elimination because they know they've taken out another guy. They have one of the players who's currently knocked down, but here comes the boys from LTD just rotating around their region. And here's where the trouble might come in, because there's also Kinder who's coming in to dodge, and there's Ops are pretty much just surrounding them right now, looking to see if they can take the position, and Cougar will be getting taken down and sent back into the lobby. Wichita has now gotten thirsted. Now has a lot of work to do, as there are 2 players right there in front of him. He's standing inside right there onto Kinder. His HP pretty much done. Oh, it will be Kinder who does get that knock. And now it is just Spalmer. Spalmer has got to find a way to get them back into this game. On the other end, there's so much action going on. The boys from Tar have found a way to evade a lot of that action coming through as they are sitting quiet in that central position, but they've got several different teams right there in front of them, as well as the boys from ATROX and the boys from PP. That's in the power. Holding on, you know, that central position right next to the boys from TAR. TAR is TERRORSIX WAKANDA. So I just want to ask, which I usually do in every beginning of the game, is my mic okay, as well as the volume of the game? Just let me know if there's any technical difficulties in your side, and you think that the volume of the game is a bit low, or my volume is a bit low, or, you know, my volume is hard to hear. Whatever be the case, please, please, please do not hesitate to let me know quite on time. All right, it will make everything really smooth, really smooth. All right, fix up this is on time. All right, so back to the game right here. The boys from TAR, TERRORSIX, are looking to find themselves within that zone. They got the boys from PLATANO Power in front of them. I do believe the boys from PLATANO are currently sitting down with just a 2-man squad, as you can see. You know, just trying as much as possible to see if they can evade the shots coming through from every single corner. But it's with the boys from TAR who are holding quite a good position within that zone. But here comes now Valeria. Valeria will get taken down and get tested quite quickly put down into the ground, and right there the boys from PLATANO Power just being absolutely smart in the way they're taking on the fights coming through at several different corners right here. We do have 5 teams who are remaining. They're approaching God, whose health was pretty low just a second ago, but now it is the 2 of them coming up against the 1 player right there from COB. But ooh, with the shots coming through from TAR, the distance will be sealing that one right there for the boys from PLATANO Power and send them back into the lobby, as we're down to 3 teams left in this one. The boys from TAR looking quite favorable, as they do have themselves 4 of those eliminations coming through against the boys from Dark Ninjas, who are now looking to start to make the rotations into that zone. And it will be Ninja MVP who does get sent out by the last player right there from ATROX. And right now, it is a 4v1 situation. And it's Aimbot who will be looking to see if He can find a way to put up a clutch against the boys from Tar. Can he put up this one as he does drop one player down right there next to the tree? And Nady to that position might be able to turn things around as he does put in the molly. He's doing the right things if you're looking to see if he can take the game out. But ooh, that vehicle will be too much for him to handle as he's not able to escape that one. So at the end of the day, it will be the boys right there winning that one for TARS. They do get themselves 14 points in this particular game. Absolutely, absolutely amazing stuff coming through right there from the boys from TAR as they have found themselves in a great spot. All right, let me put back all my glasses. All right. All right, guys. So we'll be taking a quick break right now, and we'll be right back for some more action in a bit. Okay. Um, I'll see you guys in a couple of moments. We'll take just about a 10 minutes break, and we'll catch you guys and the next game. I do believe we're moving all the way into a Mirama game, so don't go nowhere. We'll have the leaderboard up for you when we do come back, and we'll see where every single one of those teams are currently positioned right there on that leaderboard. See you soon. So, all right, guys, so we're moving into our second game of the night. So, welcome back, welcome back. As we'll be moving into. All right, I'll just check whatever's wrong with our camera later on, but we'll definitely be moving into our Second game of the night as we'll be progressing all the way through. Alright, we do spot all of these various teams. Let's take a look at the flight path right there. We do see the entire leaderboard right there with the boys from TERRORSIX Wakanda leading that one, with Unlimited coming in on that second spot, and the boys of from COB coming in third position. So moving right straight back into the game as we do see several different teams just gearing up. So let's just take a look and see where this flight path is currently leading. This is moving all the way in that northern region right down towards El Pozo. And several different teams are already beginning to find their spots as we do see the boys from Dark Ninja just leading that first jump charge as they are moving towards that region around Campo. We'll see what that means for all these various teams as we do find them now urging towards those regions around Picado. We do see the boys from Free Esports as well going towards close regions with the boys from ATROX. And we see there are some early skirmishes that are about to go down between, you know, a few of these teams. Already beginning to hear shots being let loose right there, as the boys from Free Esports have gotten themselves one elimination to go through. As it is Rufai who does begin the charge, and I do believe they're coming up against the team TOS. As TOS might have just lost one of their players. It's TOS M4 who has gotten taken out. Sent back into the lobby. The team EOS coming up against the boys from Free Esports, and they're not having quite the interesting game starting on this one right here, as they do lose one of the members quite early. It is the boy M4, the player M4, who will get sent back packing into the lobby, and things are not going quite as planned for them, as they are looking right now to see if they can, you know, do a lot better than their previous game. But now here comes the boys from Free Esports that are going and leading that charge up against player one. They do a little bit of damage, but it's not enough to take him down. But it's enough to just reduce a little bit of HP right there, as they are looking to see if they can continue to lead that charge. The boys from Free Esports now have one of the players who's currently gotten knocked down. You can see that they've gotten that one bit of elimination to come through, but now they're on the back foot as well as the boys from TOS, as they have one of the players who's currently knocked down. Can they get that revive just in time? Remember, there's the boys from COB who's currently lurking around this particular region. This is where things now begin to get super spicy, super interesting, as the boys from TOS are currently just holding back. It looked like they were on the back foot for a moment, having lost that one player, considering the fact that they have player 3 who's currently really close to them. It does leave them in a very sticky situation. But can Mondo be gotten back up? As it does look like the boys from Freaky Sports are just guarding around the region where Mondo currently is, and they might not be able to stop them from getting that revive. We'll see how that one does play out for the boys from Freaky Sports, as the boys from TOS. So we're looking to see if they can get themselves closer and closer into that position to make it count. But it does look like the revives are definitely going to be coming through for Mondo. That's exactly what is happening. Mondo has now been gotten back up, as the boys from Free Esports are still with the advantage in this position, coming up against the boys from TOS. TOS will be looking to see if they can get themselves out of this sticky situation coming through, and it is quite a dangerous one for these two guys. On the other end, you got the boys from TR as well, as Dream Team, who are just edging quite closer and closer towards each other. Be curious to see if that does lead onto anything all the way up north right here. And it is going quite closer. Another team that's gotten themselves into a little skirmish is the boys from OG. It does look like they did catch a team off guard and took out one of the players. Not too sure what team that is, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the map and see where all of these teams are currently situated at. You can see their position right there. Pretty much the boys from OG are not too far away from from a team. There's the boys Zero, who are not too far away from OG Tinubu, OG Chief. Lovely name. All right, so we're seeing the zone pretty much we're still in that stage one, and things are being really calm. We saw some early, skirmish going on between the boys from TOS and the boys from Free Esports, but that was not enough to get them to make that full push. They're still pretty much around the same vicinity, pretty much just sending on shots onto each other right now. The boys from TOS, they get a knock onto one of the players right there from Free Esports, but we're not able to get that confirmation onto Mondo. It was Mondo who got gunned down. On the other end, it was, player 4 who got taken down by Ramsey, and Ramsey was able to get that elimination quite coming through. But right here on the game, we have two eliminations that have come through right here on the lobby. It is OG who's gotten one of those eliminations, as well as the boys from Free Esports who have gotten one elimination as well to themselves. And right here on the lobby, we'll be curious to see who does continue to put on the onslaught in this one, as the two teams right from Free Esports as well as the boys from TOS are currently just giving themselves some distance. But now we can turn our sights onto the boys from Dark Ninjas as they're edging quite closer and closer towards Tar. Right there in the center, the boys from TOS and Free Esports are pretty much just giving themselves some space, some gap to, respectfully just pull away from the fight. It's called tactical retreat. But now we'll be turning our sights onto King Tar and his boys, who are getting into what is a little skirmish right here. Now they begin to edge quite closer and closer, as Iceberg is the one who's currently, surrounded by several different teams in front, and King Tar has them right there in front of him, who are looking to make that push onto this location. And the boys from Tar are currently with 4 other players coming up against a 3-man squad from the boys from Dark Ninjas. And Ninja and his boys will be looking to see if they can hold up in this position. We've seen them do so many crazy things regardless of being with a 3-man squad. So this might just be one of those situations where they do come out on top regardless of the numbers being, against them in this one. They do have 1 man less coming up again in the fight against Iceberg and his teammates. But can they somehow pull something out right here? Here's King Tar holding that nade, looking to see if he can get a knock onto this position where the boys from Dark Ninjas are currently situated. But yes, Daddy and Dark Boy will not be found in that position, and they remain unscathed. We'll see if they can continue to pull that one off. See the boys from Dark Ninja, just holding the position, just waiting for someone to open that door and look to see if they can make them pay, punish them, for pulling in. And they are pretty much just getting it wrong so far, not being able to get that elimination coming through. Alright, here's where it now begins to happen, as the boys from Dark Ninjas are pretty much just holding their own in this position. You can see them just going toe-to-toe against the boys from King Tar, but now they do need to pull something out of their hats right there. And ooh, it was down to Yes Daddy. He was almost able to do it, as it was down to the last player. It was King Tar who managed somehow to find it within him to get those extra bit of eliminations to keep them in this particular game. And that he definitely did. As you can see, he was able to get those extra bit of eliminations to keep them in the game right here. And it will be the boys from Tar who are currently, leading the charge right there with those extra bit of eliminations. They're currently sitting down with those 3 eliminations. But look at those boys right there from Platinum Power, who are also finding themselves in a bit of skirmish, and we're going to be tuning right next into them as they all continue on with their onslaught against the boys from LTD. And it is Kinder who might be feeling the hurt right there, as he will get damage from that nade, and it's not enough to drop him. But my goodness, what a game, what a fight is going to be coming up against Mike right here, as he is looking to pull up onto that location. Maybe the next nade might just be what is needed to do the damage right onto him. His teammate is currently down. It does look like it's the last one. fighting hard to hold it out right here in this position. And now we'll be get sent back into the lobby, as they do have themselves 3 actually of those eliminations coming through. Okay, actually it is 4 of those eliminations coming through, as the live scores will be updated in a moment. But my goodness, what a game coming through for the boys right there from PP, as they do find themselves those extra bit of eliminations to keep coming through right here in the games. Alright, there's also some little bit of tension going through right there within that center, as the boys from TR do find themselves in a position where they do get themselves those extra bit of knocks and eliminations coming through. Alright, so we do see the boys from PP just leading the charge right there, as they do get themselves those bits of eliminations coming through. But right there within that central position as well, we do see the boys from TS, who did leave one particular fight, have now gotten into another one, coming up against the boys from Icons. And they have one of the players who's currently knocked down, as the boys from Icons are just sending on shots towards the region. And this player 6 who has been put down to the ground, and the boys from Icons around this region are looking to see if they can pull up onto this one. But now from the sides onto Sprinkles, player 1's able to do a little bit of that damage, but not enough to take Sprinkles down, as the boys from Icon are currently just circling around. They're getting closer and closer onto this position, and it is Joji who is actually now within the same vicinity with player 1, but the revives now coming through. So Icons is urging quite close on, but ooh, look at that one coming in from Sean, who had a flank position, now taking player 1 down. It's now left to player 6 and player 3 to somehow find a way to get them back into this game. As you can see, player 6 turning sides onto Cream right there, as they are currently getting circled around, and it's all down to, who does get the next knock. All the boys from TOS gonna get sent back into the lobby quite early on right here again, or are they going to somehow be able to defend their position as a 2-man squad? They've got to pull a rabbit out of the hat right here in this position, or just get out of dodge right there. It does look like that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Just pull away from this fight and get out of this position. But player 6 will get dropped down right there, as it's left to player 3 to somehow find a way to keep their hopes alive in this particular game. And it does look like that will be the end for them, as they do find a way to just escape from this position. But my goodness, look at the HP coming through for player 3. He's got to get that heal on, as he's getting chased by the boys from Icon. Okay, so we'll take a look at the zone. Let's see where several different teams are currently positioned and are currently leading. So now we'll turn our sights onto the boys from OG. So then taking on shots onto the boys from Zero. Zero currently gotten themselves 1 bit of elimination. OG on the other end is sitting down with 2 eliminations to themselves. Here's when things now begin to get tricky. It's turning on his head, as it was right there from OG. Well, looking like they were on the front foot. They had gotten a couple of knocks to themselves and gotten those eliminations coming through. But now the boys from Zero are now leading the charge and looking to push onto this location. As boys from OG have been reduced down to a 2-player. Here's to see how this one does play out. But I want to catch this on the stream. Ooh, that 1 player from TOS taking down a player from 03 just in time. I just thought I should probably catch that quite quickly. But now the boys from OG and Zero coming through. in this fight outside the zone. Ooh, but Henro is able to get a knock right there onto one of the players right there from OG, and OG have now been reduced down to a 1 player. My goodness. Alright, how are they going to play this one? Are you going to wait it out in the zone forever, or are you going to make that move? The boys from Zero currently sitting down with a 3-man squad. Does look like they've got themselves those bit of elimination. It was pretty much mutual assured destruction on both ends, as the boys from OG and the boys from Zero did lose a couple of players right there. But now things are beginning to get centered up around water treatment, as all of these teams will be looking to see if they can find their position right there in between Hacienda and water treatment, as they're edging quite closer and closer into that stage 5 of the zone. And Mirama is pretty much just looking like it's coming to an end, as all these teams are looking to pretty much just get into those fights right there. There's the boys from TAR who are now turning the sights onto all the teams around them, and there's TR who now begins to feel the hurt as they put them down to the ground. We saw the boys from TR get into some skirmishes quite early on, and there are other teams also in the vicinity, and King Tar will now be getting put down into the ground as the third parties are coming through in this position, as the boys right there. I do believe that is what team is that is attacking them? It is ATROX who is coming in now with a third party and sending them the shots onto their position. So Tar, was going toe to toe, was looking like they were gonna make that push up against the boys from TR. But all of a sudden now they've got to find a way to hold on to their position, as they are now the ones who are in that center. They do lose 2 other players, as the boys from ATROX to pull up onto this location and take Iceberg and their teammate down. But now here comes the boys from TR. They can now be triggered. They can now be activated, as they've still got a 3-man squad in this position coming up against the boys from ATROX. ATROX also sitting down with a 3-man squad. So all of these guys are looking quite great right here. We'll now take a look at the current stage of the game and how many kills all of these teams have. As that keeps getting updated. Everyone's just being patient for a moment, taking a breather. They're trying as much as possible to take it easy. Alright, they're sending the shots into their various positions, and like we said quite early on, everyone's just taking a breather, trying to take it easy. Not looking to make that full send position. Excuse me. On the other end towards that western region, we do see the boys from COB getting into a fight right against the boys from PLATANO Power, and they have gotten themselves those extra eliminations as well. As COB is currently in now with 5 eliminations to themselves, and they're pretty much just now trying to get into that central position within that zone. There's some more fights going on at every single corner. The boys from TR as well as the boys from ATROX are also looking to edge closer and closer into the fight, as you can see. Aimbot pretty much dealt a lot of damage right there, and now the mollies are beginning to fly onto that position, as the boys from TR will be looking to see if they can make that push onto the boys from ATROX. And it's not quite sure how many players from ATROX are currently left in this vicinity. I do believe they do have 3 players sitting down with them, and 3 of those eliminations coming through, but it's all down to this fight right here coming through between them and the boys from TR, as it's sitting down in a 3v3 situation. But there's also the boys from TAR who are within the vicinity as well, who can be the Trojan horse and come in with a third party. But here comes the boys from ATROX. Now they need to make that push. Would you get that knock coming through onto Cougar? He does get the knock, but the return fire puts him down to the ground as well. And the boys from ATROX have now got to get that revive, as well as the boys right there from TR. The revives now coming through as Felerius putting in the work. And there's so much fights going down at every single corner. As the boys from COB on the other end do lose themselves a couple of players that are ready to, take on this fight against the boys from SG. Alright, there was some CLB who were down to just 2 players who currently find themselves in a sticky situation as they would now be down to just the 1, and it is God who is currently the last player holding it down for them in this position. Looking to see if he can find a way to stay alive in this particular game, but being down to this 1 HP and not able to defend that position quite well. Oh, not really defend. They made the push onto that location, but they were not able to hold their own as they do lose all of their members in that position right there. But now let's turn outside back into the lobby. We do have the boys from ATROX who are still, within the game with 2 players, and still Felebra and Bugsy, who are holding this position quite well and looking to see if they can get themselves into a favorable spot within that zone. But so many different teams are looking around that position right there within that center, and you will never forget the boys from O3. It is Ace and Nexus who are sitting down within that central spot with several different teams just outside the vicinity looking to make sure they take their spots as well. And it might not be looking quite great for them. As you can see, they pretty much might be getting pushed right here. And now Nexus getting into that charge. He does come in and does get that elimination coming through. And Spammer's looking to pull up onto this location right there. Alright, the boys from Nell and his boys are looking to pull up onto this location where the boys from O3 are currently situated. Remember, the boys from O3 are currently sitting down with just a 2-man squad. We're leading the chart right here within the lobby. The boys from Tahoe have got themselves 7 of those eliminations, as well as SG sitting down with 6 of those. But here comes O3. They're a 2-man squad. They've got 2 eliminations. There's several different teams around them. They also turning their sights onto the boys from PP, looking to see if they can pull up something against them. The boys from TR, just the boys from NSP actually around the region. It does look like NSP is just going to be getting out of that position right there, as they do find themselves favoring getting into a fight right there with the boys from PP. But here comes the operations now coming through. The nades being let out by Miguel. Miguel sending on nades into that position where the boys right there from HS currently is with it, as well as NSP. But here comes Nell. Nell, he might just be able to turn things around right there for the boys from NSP and find himself into a good spot within that zone. I said, boom, he drops Miguel down. He might be able to get that thirst, and he does get that thirst coming through. And there's another player from PLATANO Power right there in front of him. Will he be able to get that one as well? He's putting in the work right there, but it's down to very, very slim margins. But I do hear Mully coming through. He has one player who's currently knocked down. He's trying to get that revive, but the push is also coming through. Can he take him down? And boom, the last player for PLATANO Power will get sent backpacking into the lobby. And Wisha, who was knocked down before, will obviously now be getting revived. Ooh, Nell trying to find himself into a good spot within that zone and keep their hopes alive. Will also be getting sent and thirsted back into the lobby. But here comes the boys from O3 now, pulling up onto this location is No Steen, who's just managing to keep himself alive in this one so far. And now here comes the boys from O3. It is Nexus and his boys who do spot the last player right there for NSP and sends him backpacking into the lobby. But ooh, Ace will get trapped down by one of the players right there from Tar. But look at that mighty team. Boys from SG have got themselves a full squad, so pretty much it is a 4v1v2 situation. Can O3 find a way to dig deep within them and get the players right there from S. They send back into the lobby. Roshi and his boys continue on with the onslaught. Now Ace has been gotten back up. Now you can see that Nexus trying to get that attack coming through, but the shots hitting his head, doing a whole lot of damage. But the shots coming through from Roshi right there with that car 98 just dropped Nexus down. And now the boys from SG are looking to make that push onto this location. They want to seal this one through quite quickly. But Nexus decided to go back into the blue, forgetting how OP the blue zone is. Will now get sent back packing, but maybe he just wanted to give the zone the kill. But at the end of the day, it will be the boys from SG who do find themselves in a very, very great situation, as they do get themselves 23 points from this one and a whole bunch of eliminations to come through. They do find themselves getting, I do believe that is 13 of those eliminations coming just from this game. 5. No, this is 12 eliminations actually, not 13. 12. Alright guys, an amazing game coming through in this one, as we've seen, as we see so many teams just go toe to toe against each other and be absolutely amazing. In the meantime, I'm just gonna scroll through just in case, never know. Alright guys, there you have it. That is our first game of the night. We have sealed through the games coming down right to the very end, but the boys from SG coming out on top in this Miramar game. We still got about 2 games to go so far. I do believe we're moving all the way into a Sano game, and we'll be right next after that with an Eranga 1. We'll be taking a quick break so far. We'll take about 10 minutes break, so go get your drink, get your popcorns, and be ready for the final action to come down in this one. Are we going to see other guys like COB and all the teams coming with a charge? Are we going to see all 3 step things up and get that winner chicken dinner, or are we going to see the same that we've seen in this previous 2 games so far? Catch you guys after the break. See you soon. guys, welcome back. We'll be getting back into the game so far as we will be taking a look at the leaderboard and see where those teams are currently situated at. And all of the teams are gearing for that #1 spot right there. So you can see them just inching closer and closer towards each other as the boys right there from TERRORSIX are continuing to rack up those points right there on that leaderboard as they're sitting down with 23 of those points. But PLATANO Power is not holding back as they continue to boost themselves all the way up on that leaderboard as they do find themselves right there in that 2nd spot. So we'll be getting into the games in a moment right now. So do remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe, let us know who you're supporting and who you think is going to be coming out on top in this game right here as we do move all the way on ground into Sandhawk. The teams are getting ready to go as you can see them just inching closer and closer, you know, towards that moment, you know, within this game when it does begin. We do have 10 seconds left to go as we will be starting off with the boys right there on ground from Dream Team. Alright, before we go any further, let's take a look at where the map's currently positioned and where the map's moving towards, as we do see it moving all the way in that northern region, from that northeastern region towards that northwestern region around Camp Alpha. And several of these teams have so many different buildings to work with, but it is Sandhawk. Regardless of wherever the flight path does find itself, all of these teams can begin to rotate towards their preferred destinations. We now see several different teams just moving across all the way towards that position right there in Harting, and as the boys from Dream Team who will be on ground with another team right there. We're curious to see, you know, what team exactly that is, you know, who is, you know, just following them towards this location. And it's actually the boys from Free Esports who are, you know, finding themselves on ground right here, and it does look like a skirmish is definitely going to ensue between the two of them. We'll see how that one continues to build out as they're edging quite closer and closer. There's Jagaban and Mando who are quite close towards that position right there from Ash, and Archer will be dropping down one of the players right there from Free Esports as he does get that knock and quickly get the first and the elimination coming through. But now Rufai putting in the work right there, does take down an Archer as well. So it's 1-1 on both sides as they have had the knocks and the elimination confirmed coming through on both sides. Ramsey putting in the work. Jagaban quite close to the rest of the players right there from Dream Team. Rush and his boys looking to see if they can pull something out of the hat right here. Jagaban's been done a little bit of damage, and Rash will get that knock coming through. And now has got Ramsey right there in front of him in the sights. Now he's making that move, but ooh, Ramsey will get that knock. There you have it. There you go. The boys from Free Esports to get themselves those 4 bits of elimination coming through. And they will be leading the charge in this particular game as the boys from Dream Team get sent back into the lobby as they do find themselves in a situation where they're left with where they got just 1 elimination coming through for them. As Dream Team will be the first team to get sent back into the lobby right there. Alright, great stuff coming through from all of these teams as we now see 15 teams left within the lobby. Let's take a look at the map and see where it currently is positioned at, as we do see the boys from ATROX sitting down in Paradise. The boys from TOS are all the way up at Camp Bravo, have found themselves, you know, not having quite the best of days so far with player 1, 2, 6, and 4. Player M4. They're not having quite the best of days, but now we might turn our sights onto boot camp. Now in boot camp we have 2 teams. We got the boys from DN as well as the boys from COB. I do believe it's actually 3 teams. There was some Dark Ninja who are also within this vicinity on guard, and its members are just approaching this particular position, looking to see if they can make something out of it. It's actually COB who's currently within this vicinity, but they've dropped down one of the players right there for COB. with some damage being done onto Ninja, but here comes the push as they are looking to see if they can continue on with the onslaught right there. The boys from COB looking to continue to make the onslaught known, and here comes Dark Boy, who's currently trying as much as possible to see if they can keep the players who are right there at bay, but down goes Soul again. Here comes X. He tries to jump down from the building, but he gets knocked down, and boom, that elimination would definitely come through. And the boys from COB are being dealt the hand right here, as they do have just two of the players who are currently left up. So currently pretty much just leading the charge right here, as the boys from DN are continuing on with their onslaught. Take a look at the scores right here, as DN is currently leading this one with 2 eliminations to come through. COB, it's not looking quite great for them. Well, from there, and we're able to hold this position as the boys from COB are pretty much just outside getting third-partied. Shots are being let loose onto this position where COB is currently situated. They're still trying as much as possible to see if they can hold their own for now. Alright, they're pretty much trying to make those rotations around the boys from DN. They've lost 2 of the players quite early in this one. Is X and Soul, who've been taken out. But now it's all down to these tiny little margins. Will they be making their push onto this location, or they somehow will be trying to get out of dodge right here? We'll see how that one continues to play out as we do focus our sights once again onto that map right there to see where all of these teams are currently situated, all the way towards the eastern region. We do have the boys from TOS who might be getting approached by the boys right from PLATANO Power. Alright, we'll keep an eye on them and see how that one continues to build up. We still got our sights onto that position right there in that center. So you can see the boys from Dark Ninjas are currently just holding their position within that central spot. But now here comes the boys from OG who are looking to make their push onto this particular location. They've dropped down one of the players right there from Dark Ninjas. And this is where the boys from Dark Ninjas are now beginning to feel their hurt. Although they will be getting the revive quite easily, because the boys from OG are currently not within the vicinity. They definitely have to be careful how they intend to build up this one, because taking a look at the zone, they do find themselves in a quite tricky spot on that edge, and have got to start to make the rotations come through. But the knock will then come through right there for God, as he does put down Yes Dardy into the ground. Then find himself in another sticky situation. God not able to make that push, but he's throwing the nade into that position. Here's the thing, the boys from 03 also coming into the mix right there, as they do get a couple of the players knocked down. 03 don't have any eliminations to come through, but the boys right there from TAR, who are currently leading the charge right there on that entire leaderboard, have now put a couple of the players down to the ground, as they have 1 elimination to themselves. DN coming in second in the game so far. They do have 2 of those eliminations, but as it was from Free Esports, who did take out Dream Team quite early on, who have themselves those highest bit of eliminations, 4 eliminations so far. We're curious to see if that continues to play out. I remember that the boys from Free Esports are currently sitting down with just a 3-man squad right here. Well, going on ground, we do have the boys from COB. Well, looking to see if they can make something out of this game. God had gotten a knock onto one of the players right there from Dark Dangers. It was Yes Daddy, but it was not quite able to get that elimination sealed. But they still want to fight. They still want blood. They can sniff it. You can see a guy's not backing down. He's not looking to retreat. He's not looking to move anywhere else. They want that blood. They want that smoke against the boys from Dark Ninjas. Put them down to the ground or die trying. Check his streamer. Cool now. 20 ms. I'm trying to read some of the comments. Is that Swahili? I think that's Swahili. I speak a bit of Shona, so if my translation is correct. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely Swahili. So I'm hearing someone say and check his streamer kuna 20 ms, which is like streamer who has 20 ms. That's not quite uncommon for a streamer to have 20 ms. Not quite uncommon. All right. Regardless, we'll turn our sights onto another fight as we've seen some things going down between the boys from OG, but the boys from COB trying to find those rotations into that zone. And what's happened to my second screen now? Yeah, we're back. Yeah, the boys from OG do find themselves in a little bit of skirmish right there as they did get themselves of those eliminations coming through as LTD have gotten some knocks on their own, but Zanny boy will be getting that knock coming through, and we'll be curious to see if they're making that push right there onto the boys from Icons, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They reduced the numbers right there down to 3 players, and Tinubu is the one who's leading the charge. He's won the election, so now he's looking to win the fight against the boys from Icon as he is pulling up right there onto their location. The Sprinkles and San will be the ones holding up this position, and you can see Tinubu being absolutely brave, looking to see if he can make that push. But there's also one of the players from Icon who is all the way up in another location, and he's got to be careful and look to see how to make that move. But Judgy will be taken down as the boys from Icon, and they're now left with just 2 players, the Sprinkles and San, who are left in this location. But the DBS at hand might be just the thing required to turn things around right here. But we're talking about how crazy the DBS is. Now they're putting up onto the location, but Sprinkles will be dropped down to the ground as the boys right there from OG are putting up onto this position, but Tinubu will get put down to the ground. He now needs his Turks to come in and try to make sure that they keep the hopes alive in this one here. Here comes Zanny putting in the work. I said it's Zanny who will now get dropped to the ground, but they've also got Chief. Chief is around the corner to provide the help and the required support needed in this position. The boys from DN are looking to pull up onto that location. They're currently just circling around, looking to see if they can get those knocks coming through. That is down there on the ground, but he's not able to get the damage required to put him down to the ground. But yes, Daddy and the rest of the boys are now circling around, but ooh, can he get this knock coming through? But the support coming down there with that DBS does put him down to the ground, and my goodness, the boys from OG will be made quick work off as they do get sent back in. They got themselves just 4 beats of eliminations, but my goodness, it is the boys right there from DN who will make quick work of them. We'll see that update right there on the leaderboard as the boys from DN do have themselves those extra few tiny bits of eliminations to come through. Now we turn our sights onto the boys from Free Esports as they do have several different teams around the vicinity. This is the boys from Zero who are looking to pull up quite fast into this location where the last player from Free Esports is currently situated. And you can see they know that they want that elimination coming through. They want to pull up onto Refi. Jan currently sitting down with 5 of those eliminations. So we did see them getting to the action right there again against the boys from OG, but there's also Free Esports as well. Well, in this corner, we saw them get those eliminations quite early on. But now things are not looking quite great for them as Zero is looking to see if he can take down the last player for Free Esports. It is Rufai who is hanging around this position. Now Rolex is pulling up, but can he somehow pull out a magic out of the hat and keep the hopes alive for his team in this position? I think he spots down one of them, but now they are aware of his position. Tries to get that one elimination that is required, but he will be dropping down Rolex right there. Now he's got to get that heal. Will we see a clutch coming through right there from Rafai? With Rolex bleeding out, it's now a very, very dangerous situation coming through from the boys from Zero as Free Esports will be getting another bit of elimination. It does look like Rufai just deciding, hey, you know what, I'm just going to change my position and just try as much as possible to see if I can get myself into that zone with Zero and Henro just moving away from that particular spot right there, leaving their teammate to currently just bleed out. And we're making sure that he does get that confirmation coming through. As that definitely will be happening. Now they can turn the sights into getting into that zone. And the rest of the players right there from Zero also find themselves in a jackpot mode as they're down to just 2 players. It is Walker and Henro. They're all sitting down with 2 bits of those eliminations. And in front of them, you have the boys from TOS. Might be going toe-to-toe against the boys from ATROX. And now they're beginning to send their own Molotovs and shots their way. TOS haven't been having quite the day so far as they did get taken out quite early on twice. They'll be itching to see if they can make a better performance in this particular game as they're down to 3 players again in this one. They haven't gotten any elimination so far, but they still got hope to see if they can pull out a rabbit out of the hat in this particular game and seal the performance through if the eliminations can start coming through. There's several different teams who are looking around the region. I'll be curious to see how that one does play out. But some DN Tar also getting into the mix right there, as they do find themselves with several different ops. Nexus the last hopeful for his team, sending on shots into several different locations. But now here comes the boys from TOS. They're getting into the mix right there, trying as much as possible to see if they can hold their own, but down goes player 1. Ooh, now TOS is now feeling the hurt as they're down to just 1 player. They tried to hold their own with the DBS, but it will not be enough that they will get sent back packing quite early on again into the lobby. As the boys from COS who did not get themselves any eliminations who get sent back packing. But now here comes the boys from LTD. Kinder on this boys trying to get into that zone. But PLATANO Power is dealing some heavy damage their way. And Obito will now be looking to see if he can keep their hopes alive in this game, as they do have some eliminations to come through. PLATANO Power is currently on their tail, looking to see if they can take Obito backpacking out of the game. Miguel will be sent down by one of the players right there from NSP. Oh, but here comes the boys from ATROX, who also have been putting in the work in this particular game. You can see them coming through with 3 of those eliminations. I do believe they've got themselves that extra bit of elimination in this game. Obito is just currently sitting down in front of the players right there from PLATANO Power, but the nade coming through just sent down Manu. And he's continued to fly in this position, and they've got to retreat away. But ooh, down goes another player, and it does look like Obito is currently just putting in the onslaught onto their team, and has dealt them some quite heavy damage. As it's reduced the deficit down to pretty much now what is just a 1 player left in this team. And they've got to get that revive just in time. But you can see now the boys from ATROX capitalizing on that and getting the players right there from PLATANO Power sent down. Man is definitely going to bleed out, as there's so many different teams around this vicinity. The boys on Tar, as the last player right there from PLATANO Power, will get sent back into the lobby. We're now left with 3 teams so far. With the boys from PLATANO Power sent back, it is the boys on Tar who are now currently leading the charge with 6 of those eliminations. LTD and O3. Can they somehow find a way to pull out something from this game? Nexus will be the last one hopeful for the boys from O3 in this particular position. But let's see, who do you guys think is going to win? Who's going to, be leading the charge in this position right here? Nexus trying to hold up in this position against the boys from Tar, but the numbers will definitely be against him. But now let's turn our sights onto 2 different teams. This was one is the Terrorists coming up against ATROX. ATROX currently sitting down with 4 of those eliminations, but they've got a 3-man squad. It is the leaders who are on top of the leaderboard right here, who are coming through to try to see if they can get themselves that chicken dinner, as well as those 3 extra eliminations against the boys from ATROX. And they're currently doing quite well for themselves right here, as Valeria was in a flank position. The shots coming through from Iceberg, and you can see them just eaching quite over and over again. But ooh, ATROX will be battling it hard, as they drop not 1 but 2 of the players coming from Terrors. LB does go down, King Tar as well. Can they get this revive just in time? As you can see, ATROX is pulling up, as Aimbot will get another elimination to come through, and it's just left with the 1 player. It's just Jarrus. Oh my goodness, but over and over again you can see them getting put down to the ground, and as ATROX will be selling this game with the winner chicken dinner, as well as getting those 18 points. My goodness, what a game coming through right there from the boys from ATROX, as they do seal this game. What a wonderful performance coming through, as they do find themselves in a very, very great situation. And yeah, great game so far from all of the guys. Amazing stuff coming through. Yeah. All right, guys, we'll be taking a quick break right now. We'll be right back for some more action in a bit. We'll see you guys in about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, we'll be going into the last game of the night. I do believe we do have the last game in Erangel. So we'll catch you in a couple of moments. All right, we'll take a quick break right now. When we do come back, we'll take a look at the overall leaderboard. But I think the leaderboard is updated. Let me just try to take a look at the leaderboard. Okay, it's not updated yet, but I'm sure by the time we're back, the leaderboard will be updated, and we'll be able to take a look at it. All right, so in the meantime, do stay Stay focused. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself a popcorn. Whatever you need to go through the final game. And be right back for some more action. See you then. right, guys, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go again, and we're about to move into the next game of the night. Just taking a look at that leaderboard, you do see the boys from ATROX just edging quite closer towards TERRORSIX. And it is boys from TERRORSIX who are currently still leading the charge right there. They had the opportunity to continue to create that gap between them and ATROX, but in the last game, ATROX was absolutely phenomenal as they got themselves those extra bit of eliminations to count all the way up on that leaderboard. And you can see that definitely is counting for them in that one. We'll be moving into the next game of the night in a bit, but definitely do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. It will be the last game of the night as we do proceed right there into the Arango game. So yeah, let's go as the teams are just eaching for who is going to be, carrying, being on top of the entire leaderboard in this COC finals in this day one at the end of this final game. Do you think the boys from ATROX are going to be able to lead the charge at the end of the day, or will the boys from Terrorists still lead that #1 spot that they currently hold right now? As you can see right there on that leaderboard, it is the boys from Terrorists leading with 7 points. But there's also PLATANO Power who's on the tail. There's also the boys from Club of Ballers. If they do find themselves having pretty much a 20-point game, they could boost themselves all the way up towards that top spot. So we're curious to see how that one continues to play out. There's also the boys from O3 who's continuously chasing right there in that 6th place. So we'll see how that one does play out for a lot of these guys as the teams are gearing and eaching to get into the mix right there. Do let us know what team you're supporting. Who do you think is going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner? Is it going to be the Nigerian team? The retired boys are also in the mix as well, or is it going to be PLATANO Power or TERRORSIX coming through with this one? All right, let's go. All right, we'll be taking a look at that flight path is moving all the way from that southeastern region down to that northeastern region right there at Stolba, and several different positions are currently within the vicinity of these teams to just find their landing spots. Although the western regions are quite a bit far, but some of the teams definitely will be hopping into vehicles and making their way all the way towards those regions around Primax, around Hospital, around Jodhpur, North and South, and Zaki as well. We'll see how that one continues to favor the rest of the teams right here. But guys, once again, don't remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let us know what team you're supporting. Who do you think is going to be grabbing home this winner chicken dinner in this final game of the night, as we are proceeding into the last round, the last moment. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Guys, do remember to check out my Instagram as well. I have many interesting videos for you guys, and comedy and all sorts. All right. But in the meantime, we see that zone pretty much is edging towards that southern region, with the boys from OG as well as the boys from Icon just edging towards the same spots right there. We'll see how that one does play out for this guys, as they've got the boys, Obito and his boys, just on their tail. And Sprinkles is just with a pistol, not enough to hold on to their life right here. Looking around this building, we'll see how that one does work out for them. There's also the boys from LTD, Obito and his boys, who are also within the vicinity. We can hop onto them and see, just them just moving towards this position at Lipovka. All the way at Mansion, about the regions around Mansion, you also have the boys from OG also looting around those spaces. We'll just take up the live score for now, so we do look around this position and see where this teams are currently situated. So it's Icon sitting down around the regions around Prison. Tinubu and his boys were around Mansion, but Tinubu is edging quite closer towards this position where the boys from Icon are situated, and it does look like he might be going into looking for some trouble, as there's a player just rotating right there in front of him, and my goodness, what is that spray coming in from Tinubu? In a matter of seconds, he's able to drop sand down to the ground, and he'll be going in definitely for that elimination. And my goodness, that was fast. Absolutely fast coming in right there from Tinubu as he continues to do the Lord's work and looking to see if he can take him down, and that's exactly what's going to be happening. Now the boys from OG are leading the charge. They've gotten themselves that one bit of elimination to come through in this particular game. All right, so everyone's pretty much just gearing up for the later fights that's gonna happen. The boys from PLATANO Power find themselves all the way towards that northern side, not western side. We talked about that early on, right? Several different teams who find themselves making those rotations right there. Now we might be seeing the boys from O3 PP, looking to make the rotations into that zone. They might get into several different skirmishes while they're doing that, and that's obviously what we'll be hoping to see. But right there on the breach coming in from military base, it is two teams who were hoping to get into the mix right there, who might be going toe to toe against each other. It is Zero, it is Dream Team. Might get into a little bit of skirmish. You can see Henro definitely has heard a couple of those players right there from Dream Team just rotating around this region. We're looking to see if we can get into the action right there. Pretty much just waiting for the opportunity to take down any other players who are rotating around the vicinity. Orange. Oh wow, PUBG. All right, with these two teams just edging quite closer and closer, the likelihood and the potential for there to be a skirmish coming through between them is increasing at every single second. As you see, Archer just rotating around the regions where Henro is currently at. He doesn't take the shot because the opportunity has not presented itself, but it does look like now is the time where things are now beginning to get absolutely dangerous as Sad now begins to come into the mix. He takes down one of the players right there from Zero. It is Rolex who does get gunned down and is going in for that finish right there as he does use his vehicle to get that little bit of confirmation. But on the other end, there's one other players right there from Dream Team who's also been gunned down. So right now it's a 3v3 until they can get that elimination coming through, and the boys from Dream Team are just lurking around, just holding up on the vehicle, trying as much as possible to see if they can keep them at bay for now. When you can see the damage being done onto one of the players right there from Dream Team, and now the boys from Zero are looking to see if they can get that revenge for that player who was taken down. As Walker and his boys will be edging quite closer onto this location, and here's them making their move, looking to see if they can take out the players right there from Dream Team. But Sad definitely will be getting out of dodge right there, looking to get himself into a better spot. And the boys from Dream Team might be looking to just retreat in this one, hold a better angle. They're not retreating away from the fight per se, just backing off a little bit until the rest of the teammates can come in and provide them the support. They don't want to get taken out by three players who will put it up onto the location. But here's Walker, who has now been reduced down to pretty much what is a 1 HP, and Stress does take down Dream Team Archer again. Both of them pretty much just love themselves. They've been pretty much at this little bit of battle between each other, where Stress has been taking him down, and he does it once again. But it does look like Walker is now the one deciding, hey, you know what, I'm gonna make that retreat back into this warehouse. All right, so Dream Team, it is their move. All cards to them at this particular moment. They've got to make that move onto that position. They've got to be a little bit more aggressive. They know they're coming up against a team that just has only 3 men, so this is the moment where they need to be pushing. But it does look like the decision is, hey, let's stay intact, let's stay compact, let's not make any aggressive moves, because they are playing like a team that doesn't want to lose, man. And this is how Dream Team usually plays. If you've known how they play like over and over again from time to time, they try to be extremely smart about the way they're taking on their fights. If they know that they do not have a chance to take on that particular fight, they're not gonna push. But regardless of the fact, I do think that taking out one of the players right there from zero does offer them and open them the opportunity to take down the rest of the team. I mean, even if they're just exchanging 1-1 knocks each, at the end of the day, the boys from Dream Team will still come out on top. So having that extra bit of numbers or buddies right here in this fight definitely should count for them. But regardless of that fact, they do decide to make different moves, and that's exactly what you see right here as they do rotate out of that position. There's so much action going down at every single corner. Boys from ATROX getting themselves into a little bit of skirmish. Free Esports as well. All the way within that central position, now find themselves in some trouble. NSP doing the damage. NSP down to the last guy is just Halstein, who's left in this position. Spammer and the rest of the boys are currently knocked down. Does look like it's a 1v1. Ramsey in a pretty delicate position. He might just be able to save one of his members who's knocked down. Rafai is knocked down. Will he be going for that revive? If he can get this revive quite quickly, he might just be able to have backup in this particular fight. But does he have the time? Karstein is not pulling up into that building, but it does look like he does pop up just in time, and Halstein will be the one winning that fight as he does take down the boys from Free Esports all on his own, coming in with a clutch right there. They do get 4 eliminations to their name as they do take them out backpacking into the lobby. You can see the boys from NSP getting those whole bunch of eliminations coming through. Amazing stuff coming through from the boys from NSP right there. All right. We've seen a lot of work right there in the lobby. 2 teams have currently been eliminated and sent back into the lobby as they do. The boys from Free Esports got themselves 3 of those eliminations, courtesy of the boys from NSP. The boys from TR got taken out of the game quite early on. They have 0 eliminations to themselves as well. What a game so far. That's shifting all the way towards that southern region where it all begun. And you can see right there the boys from Dark Ninjas are sitting down in that western region. But here comes another fight right there as the boys from COB are looking to continue on with their onslaught. Moving all the way towards that stage 3 of the zone, and several different teams will be looking to see if they can take on shots onto each other. Boys from ATROX sending on shots onto the boys from TOS, looking to see if they can get an entry knock and make that push. Boys from TOS haven't had quite a brilliant day as they found themselves in situations where they've gotten taken out quite early. Is this going to be one of those situations, and are they going to get pushed by the boys from ATROX? Can they hold their own in the eventuality that happens? We'll see how that one does play out. Putting up onto this location, boom. Then we come to the mix again and does get a knock onto one of the players right there from ATROX, and ATROX are now beginning to feel the hurt. So we're getting into those latter stages of the zone. ATROX are left with those Bugsy and Falaria to somehow try to keep them alive in this game. The boys from OG are getting those revives coming through. As you can see, Chief has now been gotten back up. But here it comes, as the boys from OG are pulling up into the vicinity, looking to take out the rest of the players right there from ATROX. As they go in and get the knock onto Bugsy. Now on the sides onto Falaria. Pretty much put Falaria down to pretty much what is 1 HP right now. Falaria, who will be the last in the team. Remember, we talked about ATROX being that team who is vying in for that top spot, looking to see if they can get themselves into that #1 spot at the end of the day. But Falaria been absolutely brave. Jumps down in front of them, looking to see if she can go for some Rambo move right there. But it doesn't work out quite as planned, as they will get sent back into the lobby. It is ATROX getting sent back in 12th place. Right there. All right. Still got about 11 teams right here within the lobby. Who is going to be getting home that winner chicken dinner? Someone asked me if I understand Swahili. Okay, so not a lot of people know this. I'm half Zimbabwean, so I speak Shona. And certain words are similar with Shona, so yeah. Certain words. So it's easy to construct a bit. But my Shona is not that good too as well, so yeah. But I grew up in Nigeria, but I lived in Zimbabwe for about 3 years. 3 years. When I was much older. So that's when I learned a bit of Shona. So yeah. Iwe Shamwari. But my accent is still very Nigerian. Because like I grew up, lived in Nigeria most of my life. So yeah. Alright, you can now see several of these teams now beginning to make the rotations into the good spots within the zone. The boys from OG are currently trying to see if they can get themselves those extra bit of eliminations coming through. But taking a look at the live scores, you can see them just leading the charge right there with just 5 eliminations. But the boys from NSP are also looking to see if they can get similar bit of eliminations. But currently around the vicinity is the boys right there, the terrorists. They're just lurking around, looking, just waiting quite patiently for that moment where they begin to take on several different teams. But outside of the zone, you do have the boys from O3 who are getting into a skirmish right there with the boys from TOS. But ooh, the shots coming through right there from player 2 does take down Ace, and this might just be the moment for the boys from TOS to finally come alive and see if they can do something up against the boys from O3. Are they going to be pulling up onto their vehicles? But it doesn't look like they'll be making that move, as player 2 is currently just hanging around that vicinity, just waiting. They don't want to make the push. They don't want to be aggressive in this one. They pretty much just keeping the boys from O3 from pulling up into that zone. Oh. All three feeling the hurt right there as they're down to pretty much the last member of their team. Ndio. Cloud. Ndio. Kidogo. Okay. You can now see that we're down to pretty much what is 10 teams left. Was from NSP, or the last player from NSP just rotating around COB. TOS looking to see if this is the moment where they can now begin to shine. Russia and the boys getting into several different skirmishes in front of them. Everyone's now beginning to make the rotations come through. But now here's the last player from NSP. It is Kalstein who's doing the work right there onto the boys from PP. We're looking to see if we can get that elimination coming through, but the boys from SG is right there in front of him. Shots are being let loose at every single corner. This is the teams that everyone's pretty much just dropping, but now it's when the boys from TOS are pretty much just cooking right now. Ooh, Rushy being dealt quite a dangerous hand. But the boys from TOS are not doing quite bad for themselves, as they gotten themselves 4 eliminations to come through. But now they're also now beginning to feel the hurt. It is M4 who has been somehow keeping them alive in this game, but he's got to get that heal on. But my goodness, the boys from TOS, we get sent backpacking into the lobby as they got themselves 4 eliminations. But those knocks coming through as OG's got 7 eliminations. The end is also coming into the mix. The shots are being let loose at every single corner. Everyone's pretty much just in this position where they're testing me. I keep saying Miguel because it sounds like Miguel. But now COB getting shot up right there. But here are the icons coming into this position right there where the boys from LTD are currently positioned, that they're looking to see if they can take out Kinda and his boys. LTD, the boys from Unlimited, looking to see if they can keep them at bay, and that's exactly what they do as icons are beginning to feel their heart. Boom, they drop Cream, they drop 2. And Sprinkles and the team will get sent backpacking into the lobby as the boys from Unlimited get those extra bit of eliminations to come through. They currently are holding a full squad, so they're looking quite favorable to seal this game. They've got 4 eliminations to come through in their name, and they are now beginning to make the rotations into that zone. They got an edge of the zone. It's looking quite good for them. But they've got the boys from COB just basically off their tail. And Kinda's got to be pretty careful because X and Soul are currently lurking around those vicinities. X and Soul looking to see if they can cause some trouble from the corner. But X definitely will get dropped by Kinder. And now it's just left with Soul to somehow see what he can do in this position. He pretty much just smokes around him. He's got several different teams around this position. We're down to 4 teams right here in this position. He does bring back his car to provide him some cover, as long with the smoke. Is trying as much as possible to continue to evade the shots, but it does look like there was some OG want to push into this location as they are sending on them nades. They're pulling up right here, but here it goes. It's down to there's 4 teams right in this particular position, and you can see that Soul continues to send on the shots right there onto the boys from Unlimited. Was not able to drop any one of those players down, and he will get sent back into the lobby. And now it is the boys from OG coming up against Limited, and you can see the shots flying into those positions right there. As the boys from OG are currently leading the park with 8 eliminations to the names, coming up against the boys from Limited. But now Zani will get dropped down into the ground, and Cole as well. And now here comes the boys from Unlimited going absolutely crazy. Putting up onto this location. There's still Tidibo and Chief to deal with, but they definitely have it within them to continue to pull up those shots, and Unlimited going absolutely crazy just in time. Looking to see if they can take out the boys from OG. They want those points. They need those points. They need to continue to boost themselves all the way up on that leaderboard, but it will be the boys right there from PP who do steal one of those eliminations coming through. And they have 5 eliminations to come to themselves as well. Right now, we're in a situation where the boys from Unlimited have themselves four teams. And on the other end, it is four players, 4 bodies. And now the boys from Unlimited are beginning to make that push. You can see them just edging quite closer. Kinda has gotten close. He's gotten those extra bit of eliminations, but here's Obito and his teammate who have now pulled up onto that location and gotten those extra bits. Now they're sitting down with 7 of those eliminations. We'll be looking to turn the sights onto the rest of the players right there. Man is currently all the way up in that building. The nade. Looking to see if the nade actually does the work. Man somehow manages to stay alive from this one. Somehow they're still holding on to their life. Oh, Chief will get gunned down, and Tinubu in the last moment getting sent back into the lobby by Kinder. And it will be the boys right there from Unlimited who do win this one and get 20 points out of this game. The boys from Unlimited looking quite great so far, as they have gotten themselves those. Okay, they do get 19 points actually. The boys from Unlimited grab themselves those extra bit of points to continue to boost themselves all the way up on that leaderboard. But we definitely have to say the guys who were on top of the leaderboard before this game started, ATROX as well as TERR, did not get themselves points. So definitely this does shake things up with the boys from Unlimited getting 19 points, OG getting 16, PP getting 10. The boys from COB as well getting 7. Does this shake the entire leaderboard? We'll know in a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, we'll be taking maybe a quick video to just take a look and see, where all of the teams are. But when I come back, I'm sure the leaderboard will be ready for all of us to see.
Bullets! Just coming from where GBS, one player does go down, but Harvard is good for him as he takes him down. He's not going to behave, he's not going to succumb to that.
After the other, but the citizens running through the guys from old Three Brothers Bagel. And the shots continuing to linger.
Oh, 3 down for reals!
Getting dropped. Reals too, P. Yep. You can see the vector starting to pop right up on Hammer has.
Alright guys, so we'll just be waiting for the leaderboard to, get out in a moment. Yeah, so I hope you guys have had fun today, enjoyed the game so far. It has been a really interesting time to take you guys through all of the games, that we've had for the day. And we'll just be waiting in a moment to see, who is on top of the entire day. Is it going to be the guys from Unlimited with those points that they gathered in the last game who do end up with that #1 spot at the end of the day? But they're definitely pulling up the charge against the boys from ATROX and the boys from TERRORSIX who were, leading that spot. Are they going to be able to maintain it? We'll see in a moment time if they were able to maintain that their #1 spot. But my goodness, what a performance coming through from all these guys in that last moment. Yeah, there's some network issues coming through right there from the boys for Clatter, but I'm just gonna be waiting and see what you guys who is going to be on top of the leaderboard at the end of the day. So yeah. Let me know who has been your favorite team. Who has been your favorite team today? Who has been that team who has been doing it for you guys? This someone says this TOS door sha. Why was there no sound? Wow, there was no sound. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! My iPhone sound was off. Oh shit. Oh shit. I do apologize for that. I just noticed it. That there was an issue with the iOS sound. I do apologize for that. I'll make sure that is fixed out for tomorrow. And there's no issue right there. All right, so sorry about that. It's always not the best when you have to do production and you have to do everything yourself. It's always not the easiest. So sometimes when you have somebody else who's casting with you, it makes it quite easier. And I'm hoping that maybe someone else can join me tomorrow so that I can do the production thing. And he's like more focused on casting, and I'm just supplementing on casting. That sort of makes it easier when you have one person. But doing the entire production yourself and casting and all that, sometimes things slip through the cracks. At least for me. There are some other people who are quite perfect at it, but for me, it's something I'm trying to get better and better at. But regardless of the fact we were able to go through all of the action today. We'll just be waiting for that score and see, where all of these teams will be at. Whew! I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. To see who is on top at the end of the day. Kinder MVP, big ups. Kinder Hacker. Those say Kinder Hacker. African Rasta say big ups. Big ups. Thanks. Thanks to everybody who's watching. Do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Let's get it up all the way towards 800 subscribers. Okay, we can do it. We can do it, guys. We can do it. Keep on supporting. Keep on sharing. Okay, remember, both lives matter. Both lives are important. Gotta kill something. All right, so we just have to wait a couple of minutes for the boys right there from Unsullied Army to get ready with the leaderboard. All right, so we'll just be a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. Okay, I'm gonna just chill. Oof. Okay. I'm done hearing the sound in my ear. I'm closing PUBG. Oh boy. Okay. I had a fan plugged to my phone the entire time. Oh boy. Hey, my Warzone video on Instagram is doing well. Guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is at ActFire with 2 E's. So ActFire, but there's an extra E on Instagram. So do check me out there. I got nice videos. It's quite interesting. Trust me. Some comedy videos, some gameplay videos, and all that stuff. You can also check me out on my own YouTube channel. I have gameplay videos, funny videos, interesting videos, tutorial videos, whatever it is that you may be interested in at ActFire 2 as well. My YouTube and Instagram have basically different kinds of content. There's more comedy and fun stuff on Instagram, and there's more gaming stuff on my YouTube channel. So it depends on what you want to watch. But you can go on and check them out and see which one you are interested in. But I'm just gonna hop on now to see if the scores are done. And let me see. I thought it would be ready faster today, but they say network issues. I'm just gonna check it. Let's just check it. Okay, so it does look like the boys from Unlimited found themselves all the way in that second spot. But is this still updated? Yes, it does look like this is the updated. It does look like, because I'm seeing 4 chicken dinners. It does look like this is the updated scores. So terrorists did find themselves all the way up in you know the first day with those 40 points, with the boys right there in second place from Unlimited getting themselves 39 points. So they're edging quite closer and closer, and it's a strong battle all the way from that #1 spot right down even to that 8th spot. You can see that the boys from O3 are sitting down 20 points. There's just a 20-point gap between O3 and the boys from Terrorists. Now, what does that mean for these teams? Even all the way down to that 9th place, things could change. You know, one good game where you get 20 points, and 20 points is not that far-fetched. You're getting 10 eliminations and the winning with the chicken dinner. You find yourself all the way right next to the boys right there, all the way from #1 down to #4. So things could turn right on its head for a lot of these teams coming in on tomorrow's game. So that being said, right now we'll be taking a break for the day, and we'll be right back same time tomorrow for some more action, and I'll see you guys soon. Do remember to hit Unsullied Army on all of the social media channels that you see down here, and we'll be right back for some more action same time tomorrow. I'll catch you then. It's your boy, my name is Tony ActFire, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. See you then.